Hi, welcome back. I'm Susan Guttridge, and I'm so happy to have you here. Let's begin with a deep breath to separate the space, create some distance from what you were doing and what we're going to be doing now. So just breathing in together. And when you feel ready, exhaling out. And just scan through your body. Notice how your body's feeling. Is there anywhere that you notice tension? Sorry, that is my dog. Up. Noticing anywhere that your body is holding tension, where you might be bracing yourself. And just with curiosity, see if you can release any of those areas just a bit as you inhale and as you exhale. So far in our depression weather analogy, we've talked about gearing up to go out in a rainstorm by using an umbrella, symbolizing those activities that involve seeking help. And in lesson 3, we discussed our rain boots, representing those restorative practices, behaviors that we can do every day to start to reduce symptoms. Even with an umbrella and rain boots, we can still get wet and feel cold during a storm. Adding a raincoat provides that extra layer of protection to keep us dry. So in the same way, paying attention to our thoughts and becoming more aware of how they influence our mood is important for reducing symptoms. So in this lesson, we'll explore how our thinking impacts our mood, and I'll share a simple strategy for noticing and shifting out of those negative thoughts. It's one that can help you stay mindful of your thoughts and shift them towards a more positive direction as you need. So let's dive in. Our thoughts shape our outlook and can significantly impact our mood and our body. Negative thoughts can manifest as physiological sensations such as tension, headaches, stomach discomfort, and body fatigue. I'm actually just going to let the dog outside. One moment. Come on. Okay, so we were saying negative thoughts can manifest as physical sensations, and positive thoughts can foster relaxation and overall positive well-being. Without mindful awareness, our interpretation of events is often biased by what we think and how we feel, serving as the lens through which we view the world. So here's a simple strategy involving 4 steps that you can practice a few times each day to cultivate self-awareness. I am proposing that you create a habit of checking in with yourself a couple of times each day. It just takes a couple of minutes. The rationale being that you can't change what you aren't aware of. And so by regularly tuning into your thoughts, you become more conscious of the mental climate affecting your mood. This check-in is based on 4 steps. So number 1 is tune in. You do this by checking in with yourself. What are you feeling in your emotions, in your body, and what are your thoughts doing? So when you do your check-in, you want to notice also what is the nature of your thoughts. Are they positive or neutral or negative? And so if they're negative, they might be more self-downing, judgmental, or critical. Step 2, address the negative thoughts. When you check in, if you notice some pretty heavy negative cognitions, this is your opportunity to intervene, to prevent them from worsening or dragging down your mood. You can do this by noticing with acceptance and compassion. So this might be a little bit new for you. It looks like saying something along the lines of, "Oh, there I go again." And then you take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you give yourself permission to release the old habit of conditioned thinking that spirals around self-judgment, self-downing, self-criticism, frustration, and so forth. It's a habit and it's a symptom. You give yourself permission to release it. Step 3 is to ground yourself in the present moment. This step is important to further pull yourself out of the lure of those thoughts, to interrupt and break the cycle of negative thinking. So you can do this by taking another couple of deep breaths and really noticing what shifts in your body as you do so. Some people might prefer to walk around a little bit rather than doing the deep breathing. The goal is do what works for your body in terms of breath work or movement. Take note of what's shifting in your body. Some people prefer a more grounded approach where they might touch something in their environment, like the table or the couch beneath them, anchoring fully into the room that they are in. And step 4, you probably guessed this one already, it's self-compassion, that act of taking a moment to bring your kindness toward yourself, giving yourself that same level of care and support and encouragement that you would actually say to a loved one. Every step in this check-in is important, especially self-compassion. I want to share with you something that one of my favorite Peloton instructors, Camilla Ramont, said in class recently. She said, "The words that you say to yourself behind closed doors are the most important words you will ever say to yourself." Think about that for a moment. The words you say to yourself behind closed doors are the most important words you'll ever say to yourself. The words you say to yourself can either energize and raise you up or tear you down, steep you in shame, and rob you of motivation. If you experience depression, there are likely some very spontaneous negative cognitions that ramp up and shift your mood even before you're fully aware that you're thinking of them. So we must actively use a process like this one, these 4 steps, to consciously pull ourselves back into the present. This check-in, it only takes a couple of minutes. By tuning into your thoughts regularly, addressing negative thoughts, grounding yourself in the present moment, and practicing self-compassion, you can shift your mood. Remember, just as the raincoat protects you from getting wet, these strategies shield you from the dampening effects that negative thoughts can have, helping you stay warm and dry even in an emotional downpour. And just one more thing. I refer to this as a simple check-in, and it is, but just because something is simple doesn't mean that it is easy to do. Starting a new habit takes motivation, it takes consistency, it takes patience, it takes a little bit of resilience. It characteristically involves a few steps forwards and then sometimes a step back. When we stick with it, when we keep focusing on the outcome and what the gains will be, the steps forward start to overtake the steps back. So go easy on yourself. Embrace the process. Celebrate the small victories along the way. Okay, thank you for listening all the way to the end. Know that you are not defined by the depression that you experience. It is just one part of this unique journey that you are on. Drop me a line in the comments if there was something that stood out for you. There's a handout on this lesson, so please grab that. I'll put the link in the description. Subscribe so that you don't miss any of the upcoming lessons, and if this content resonated with you, give the video a like. That helps others find it, and it helps me as well. Take care. Be well.